So let me just set the premise of this particular video, guys. This video is actually a discussion between Avantika and me. Avantika has 3 years of experience in manual as well as basic automation testing. In her previous role, she was just maintaining the scripts as well as just testing the application manually. And from her previous role, she has moved and joined ThoughtWorks. Now, in this particular chat, we will try to understand what was her study routine, how she planned her day, okay, how she was studying. Then we will also discuss about how she was preparing for the interviews, what were the different interview questions which was asked to her, and the most important one, how she handled the 3 months notice period. So without wasting time now, let's get started. So, hey, hi Avantika. I hope you're doing good. How's things at your end?
Hi, Jatin. Yeah, everything's going well. And
Okay.
it's been 2 months now that I have joined ThoughtWorks. And I'm working on a backend project here. And I'm responsible for doing the automation and performance testing.
Oh, that's great. So, yeah, for the viewers, can you just tell us a bit about yourself, like your entire stuff, your education and your past work and all?
Yeah, sure. So I did my engineering in computer science from Nagpur and I'm graduated in 2022. I got
Hmm.
placed through campus in Global Logic as a software tester. And it wasn't really that I wanted it, but it was just a start of my career. And I was from being a CS background and I was interested in development. But I thought that let's give it a shot and let's see.
Okay. Okay. So, in your college days, which programming language you were using over there, studying over there?
I used to do coding in Python because it was easy. So it was easy to learn and to code. So I did in Python.
Okay. And when you started working for your first company, what was the name of the company?
Global Logic.
Global Logic. And in Global Logic, which programming language and tech stack you were using over there?
So I worked on multiple projects there, but in one of project there was automation. So they were using Java there, and for API they were using REST Assured. So I was being from a Python background, so it was like very new for me, the Java
Mhm.
language, and Python was very simple and easy to understand, but Java was very verbose and its syntax, and I was really scared of it because of the syntax structure and all. So then
Okay.
I started looking online, but things were just like going from one resources to another. That for
All
me.
right. So, when you were working in Global Logic, the framework was already created, or like you were creating the framework?
No, no, I joined the project at the time of release. So framework was already there, and they
Mhm.
were just like using it for doing the sanity and E2E checkups. And I was also like doing the triggering the sanity pipelines, E2E pipelines, and just taking the results there.
Okay. So your main goal was just to maintain the framework, write new scripts
Yeah,
and
yeah,
all. That's it. Okay.
yes,
So, it's been 3 years, right? Like your current
yeah.
experience is 3 years. Okay. So when did you feel like, okay, I really want to do a job change now, and how all these things start to happen?
Yeah, so when I completed like 2 or 2.5 years, and I realized that I'm not adding anything new to this framework. I'm just running the pipelines and I'm not contributing anything. It is not helpful for me, and I'm doing only the manual work. The other projects also I asked, so it was only the manual work. And I think I thought at that time that it's been completing 3 years almost, and if I'm not finding any automation also, I don't see any future like growth in that field. So
Okay.
then my goal was like before like after I complete 3 years, I need to do any house switch. And then I started looking for courses and then I DM you and I joined the estate course.
Okay. Then I remember you were telling me that you had given interview for Adobe, right?
Yeah,
So how
yeah,
was
yes.
that interview like and all?
So at that time, I was not like preparing. I was just randomly applying for the job to check if my resume is getting shortlisted or not. And fortunately, the Adobe was the first company where my resume was got shortlisted. So I just studied like previous year questions and I gave the interview. It was 2 rounds and they asked the coding questions. It was easy, like reverse a string and some questions on arrays. then Java concepts, and they ask puzzles. So they ask puzzles in every round. So
Okay.
I means I was rejected at that time because I was not well prepared. But then I realized that if I had prepared like very well, then I might have cracked it.
Oh, okay. So, what do you think, like, with your experience and your understanding, where do you feel like, okay, this is the place that someone needs to prepare well for the interviews? Like, I believe you
Mhm.
have given so many interviews right now, and
Yeah.
whenever someone, like, wants to prepare for the automation interviews, what should be the first thing that they should be focusing on?
So I will say that pick one language, and I pick a Java language. So if you are picking any one language, don't just learn that language. Like don't just learn the definition of it. What is static? What is abstraction? So learn the reason behind it, like why we are using it, why there is a need, what's a better approach for it. So know the your language very well. And second, I will know, tell that coding questions because it is being asked in every interview round. So practice it as much as you can. And third, I will say is that the understanding of your framework because being as an automation engineer, we need to understand like how the things work and how the setup is done, how we are deploying it, and how we are making the calls, what are we are validating. So all these things we need to learn.
Okay. And when you're talking it from the coding interview questions, what were the main topics that you saw that, okay, the questions are coming from these particular topics over here?
So all the questions that are in LMS, they're asked almost in every interview. Like they have two questions. So for one question is almost from the LMS, and as the round increases, like second or third round, then the difficulty level was higher. So they will ask questions around subsequences or longest consecutive sequences or leader in the array. So
Got it.
these were the questions.
I mean, like these questions are also in the LMS, but
Yeah.
majorly you're gonna say that you're gonna advise you go for the lead code questions and all. Did you find any particular lead code questions also getting repeated over there?
A subsequence question, string subsequence.
Subsequence questions. Okay. Now, um, most of the time when people are giving interview, they always feel like there will be one coding round, then project related one, and the scenario driven questions, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, a lot of time people ask me majorly on the scenario driven questions, like what kind of questions can be asked. You have given so many interviews, I think so for HCL, Infosys. What are the companies you have
Mhm.
given interviews for?
JP Morgan, Goldman
Yeah.
Sachs, then Nice.
Okay. All right. So, with so many interviews that you have given, I believe in all the companies they would have asked you scenario-driven questions, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, what are the some questions you remember that okay, these were the questions that were asked to you, and like these are something that people should be aware of.
Okay. So one question was asked me like every scenario driven thing was like if you have raised a bug and your developer is not aligned with that, so how will you convince them? So
Okay,
I used to answer like I will show them the test data. I will show them if it is happening only for one environment or is it the problem with another environment also. Was there any new deployment happened? So our the database has changed. So I used to tell them and second was like if you have missed any bug, so how will you handle that situation? And another one question is like how will you run only the failed test cases? So if you
okay,
have run a regression suite and some of the test cases are failed, so how will you execute it? So these were some questions.
okay. If you remember more questions, do let me know. I'll probably put it in
Yeah,
the
yes.
description section over here. Now, the thing is having a full-time job, making sure that you're preparing for interviews well, and that time also you're supposed to study a lot of new things because
Yeah, yeah.
like majorly your project was in maintenance and you are coming from a Python background, okay, and you're supposed to learn a new language, you're supposed to build the framework, you're supposed to build projects, okay. What was your entire study routine? How did you plan your entire day? That's something which is really important for folks to know that.
Okay. So I had work from home mode. So I had plenty of time at night. So I used to study from 9 to 12 And I first my goal was to learn Java. So once I completed the OOPS concept, I then started for coding questions. Then I used to practice it daily. And then third was to build a framework. So on weekend, I used give my complete time for building the frameworks only. And from 12 to 1 at night, I used to apply, like on daily basis, I used to apply. My goal was like at least 10 jobs I should apply. So
Really?
this way,
All right.
yeah,
So,
daily.
where were you applying? Like, most, I think you are in Nagpur right now. So, you were
Yeah.
applying for particularly in the Nagpur place or like in different places?
At first, I started applying for like no location preference was there. But
Hmm.
once I started to get the calls, then I focused on only the Pune and Hyderabad location and for Nagpur as well.
Okay.
And I used to apply on LinkedIn and careers page, like directly go on their careers page and apply.
Okay. But the thing is, you have used Naukri, you have used
Yeah,
LinkedIn,
yeah,
and I also showed you one way that you directly reach out the
yes.
HRs, and like out of all these three, which worked better for you? Like from where you were getting more job calls? From the Naukri, LinkedIn, or direct referral?
So before I put down my papers, I used to get calls from careers page only. And once
Hmm.
I put down the paper, I used to DM all the HRs and recruiters, and then
Hmm.
I got calls from them only. The ThoughtWorks
Okay.
also, I DM'd the HR and then she contacted me.
Okay, that's nice. And what's your notice period in the past company?
3 months.
So, again, a very important question. How do you handle that 3 months notice period? Like, what did you do over there?
Okay, so once I was like prepared, like I'm confident to give up interviews. So then I was like, at least get one job to have like even if it is giving 30 percentile, then it is fine for me. So I got one offer from a startup, and when I applying, I used to tell them like my notice period is 90 days, but it is manageable to 60 days
Okay.
and my project is ending, so it is I can talk with my manager. So that's
Mhm.
how I got my first job offer. Then from second onwards, I then again decreased that notice period. Once I put down like my 90 days was notice period, but I used to tell them 45 days.
Okay.
So this how I got the other
And once
offers.
you got a little bit confident that, okay, you're able to answer a lot of questions and you're able to crack the companies, then you put down the paper itself, right?
Yeah, yeah. Once
Okay.
I got that job offer from startup, I put down.
So, when you put down paper, like say now you have 90 days and you know that the offers that you have, you will not be able to join it because obviously you have told them lie. So, in that 90 days that you have put down the paper and you just have 90 days, what was your entire preparation style now? Like while serving the notice period, what all things you were focusing over there?
So my focus was framework because they
Hmm.
used to ask questions in deeper, like why you are using it and like advantages between Selenium versus Playwright. If you are using Jenkins, then how you are running the jobs and when
Hmm.
you will run the regression suite. So these all the questions I used to practice and I used to write the questions after my interview. So they were getting one or two questions were getting repeated in another interview. So that also helped me.
Okay. And in that 3 months, I believe you would have saw the framework which we have built, and plus you would
Yeah,
have
yeah.
customized it a little bit over there. So I always tell people build your personal projects and all. So the projects that you built with me, was it helpful for you during your interviews?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Because the project framework that was in Office, it was already built. So I
Hmm.
didn't know how the configuration is done, how it is being deployed. And once I solved the Telit assignment, I know like how we are using the AWS in it, how we are using the listeners and other things, test engine, how we are generating the reports. And all these questions were asked me in interview. So that was very useful. And also in rest assured also they were asked like if there is a dynamic element, so how will you validate it. So and few companies used to give the assignments to build a project for their
Okay.
website. So that also things helped me because the concepts was similar.
Oh, all right. Oh, that's great. Now, tell me about your interview with ThoughtWorks. Okay, how was the interview? What kind of questions they had asked you? Okay, that would be really helpful for people who are preparing for the same company.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So on LinkedIn, I reached out to HR. She posted the job, and I once DM it, so she didn't reply. Then after a few days, again I DM him, and then once it has three rounds. Thought work. So first round was coding round. It was two questions were asked to me. One was I guess second maximum element, and another question was on the string subsequence. And I was able to solve both the questions.
Okay,
And then second round was they gave on have some assignment and the discussions on the QA concepts. So because I have given multiple number of interviews, so I was able to means, give it very well. And the third was behavioral round. So it was the discussion about the AI impact and what are my views on it. So yeah, these were the only three rounds.
so what's your view on AI right now? Like, what do you think of that?
Well, I think that means we don't have to spend much time on searching the things if we have stuck at one point. It increases our productivity, but we have to use it like as a peer programming. That
Okay,
people are feared about AI, but I think we
Mhm.
have to do the peer programming with AI.
Got it. Okay, so are you using any AI tool in ThoughtWorks project right now?
No, not as of now.
Okay, so no GitHub Copilot, nothing over there.
They have, but I didn't get the license for Copilot.
Got it.
Others have.
All right. And right now in ThoughtWorks, what's your tech stack over there?
So we are using the Groovy language and Spock framework. So because it is just a wrapper on Java, so it is very easy for me to understand it. And
Got it.
for this performance testing, we are using Scala.
Color. Okay. All right. So I think that's all I wanted to ask you. What's your plan for 2026? Like now, though you have joined ThoughtWorks, what's the next thing that's there in your mind that, okay, this is something that I want to focus my career on? Okay. You're still young, you
Yeah.
will have a lot of free time now to study also. So what's your whole plan for the next year?
So I have next two goals. One is to get intermediate knowledge on AI,
Mhm.
and second is to go into the DevOps, like to learn AWS and its services. So these are my two goals for next year.
That's great, yeah. So I think that's all I had for today. Thank you so much, Avantika. Yeah, it was a very small, sweet session. Okay, it really would help people who are preparing for ThoughtWorks. Okay, I hope the course was useful for you, and
Yes,
do let me know if there is anything else you want me to add it off over there. All right.
yes.
So thank you so much, yeah.
Thank you, Jatin. And I would say that it was my best decision to join this course.
Thank you so much, yeah.